He almost said no. The role seemed too glossy, too perfect for the gritty path he'd carved out. The young actor, whom we will call Daniel, had built his career on substance. From his haunting portrayal of a mentally challenged boy in a small-town drama to a desperate poet starving for love in Paris, Daniel had earned respect the hard way. So when his agent called about a big-budget romance set on a doomed ocean liner, Daniel hesitated. "You'd be a fool to pass this up," his agent insisted. "It's James Cameron. The man's a blockbuster genius." "I'm not looking for a blockbuster," Daniel replied, running a hand through his unruly blonde hair. "I'm looking for something real." "Real?" The agent's voice climbed an octave. "Daniel, this is as real as it gets. It's going to be massive. Trust me." Reluctantly, Daniel agreed to audition. The audition room was unremarkable, except for the woman sitting across from him. She had fiery red hair and a confidence that filled the space. Her name was Kate. From their first lines together, the chemistry crackled. By the time Daniel left the room, the director had already made up his mind. The role of Jack Dawson was his. Production was anything but smooth. "The water's too cold," Daniel grumbled one day, his teeth chattering as he climbed out of the massive tank that served as the Atlantic Ocean. "Welcome to my world." Kate shot back, her lips tinged blue. "At least you're not wearing a corset." Despite the grueling conditions, Daniel began to see something in the character of Jack. A boy from nowhere dreaming of everywhere. Jack's boundless optimism and determination struck a chord. Daniel had grown up far from Hollywood's glitz, raised by a single mother who scraped by to support his aspirations. He had faced rejection, countless auditions that went nowhere. But like Jack, he had kept going. When Titanic premiered, it was more than a movie. It was a phenomenon. "Daniel, you're the new Cary Grant," one reporter gushed at the premiere. The young actor's face flushed with embarrassment. "I just want to keep making good films," he said, dodging the spotlight as much as he could. But the spotlight was relentless. Overnight, Daniel became a household name. Teenage girls plastered their walls with his face. Paparazzi followed his every move. It was overwhelming. "I don't want this," he confided to Kate during a press tour. "What do you want?" she asked. "I want to act," he said simply. "Not just pose for pictures." And so Daniel made a choice. Instead of cashing in on his newfound fame with safe, profitable roles, he sought out directors who challenged him. Scorsese, Nolan, Tarantino. He played a calm man, a detective, a fur trapper clawing his way to survival. The boy who had once hesitated to board the Titanic became one of the most respected actors of his generation. But back then, when he was just Daniel, no one could have predicted it, except maybe his mother, who always told him he was destined for greatness. And now you know the rest of the story. For Daniel, you see, was Leonardo DiCaprio.